Forever Be Mine. Like earlier, 2025, started to come around Gunna a lot more, be able to present him with a whole bunch of ideas. But that's something that's so important to me, is to be able to just curate the experience, the vibe, you know, like that's something I spend so much time on. And as soon as I heard the record, I was like, this is crazy. I knew this was gonna be something that he would fuck with.
You gon' forever be mine. She know I'm one of a kind. She don't see none of the guys.
You know what's funny? This sample for Forever Be Mine, and it's funny because a lot of my Discord guys pointed this out. The sample is so similar to Back to the Moon. It's the same type of format where I have like call and response going on. Both of these songs start with just the beat playing, and then Gunna comes in afterwards. And that's so cool because it just lets people hear the beat itself without any vocals on it. And I feel like that like allows people to just love the beat even more. You know, people always talk about the beat for Back to the Moon and Forever Be Mine just because it's like, it's the first thing you hear and nothing else. It just kind of like sets the groundwork for the rest of the songs. Working with Gunna up to now it's been crazy. Obviously, he's one of my favorite artists. To be able to just provide him with value at the end of the day is the most important thing to me. Like, of course, working with Gunna, it's crazy and all that. I grew up listening to him. It's a dream. But also, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm able to kind of bring to the table. All right, so first thing that I started with for this one, these chords. So, very simple chords, you know, nothing crazy at all. It was a sound selection that really stuck out to me. So this is what that sounds like. Real airy, real just, it's crazy how far such simple chords can go. And this is from Contact. Let's see what bank it is. So this is Jade Evolutions. Just such a smooth, pure sound, like I said. And on it, I really don't have much. I just have some EQing. I'll really go in depth as far as, you know, what these cuts are for. But right now, you know, we'll just keep it at EQ and thermal. For y'all that know me, you know I love thermal. Miracle Tone. Let me play it with the Miracle Tone all the way up, just so you could understand what it's doing. And then once I bring it back down, you know, very subtle, but I just wanted some extra texture, extra feel on it. So once I had this sound, I wanted some more body. You know, like this is a great sound for kind of just being in the back a little bit. So that's where these chords come in, just a layer with the piano. And now a couple things with this, you know, it's strummed, first of all. That makes a huge difference. The velocities are different. That makes a huge difference. All these little things add up. People don't realize it, but spend time with humanizing the note, changing velocities, strumming things. You see how everything's kind of, when I really go in depth, it's not quantized. None of this is quantized at all. And then on the actual keys itself, I definitely had some effects as well. Let's see what I got on here. Okay, let me play it without any effects. And now with effects, huge difference, right? So the thermal, again, thermal's my go-to. So this is under the vocal. And just a tip for y'all, like, if it says vocals, don't just use this for vocals. You know, like if I'm working on keys, I might go to, you know, the drums section, and I might find a preset there that sounds good on the keys. So vocal shine is one of my favorites in thermal. It just kind of makes things shine. It's that simple. You know, if I mute that, and then if I play it with the thermal, just gives it more high end. And then a basic EQ, low cut, and just some reverb. Rev intensity is my go-to. I love using this. Simple. So now we got these two sounds playing together. So now I got a good foundation down, right? And now it's time to get some sort of rhythm going. And that's where this part right here. It's so funny because when I play this alone, like, it sounds like some children's music or something. Like, it's so funny hearing that. But then when you play it with the progression, it really makes sense. So now I want to focus on just this right now. So I found this sound. Well, let's focus on the pattern first. So with this one, it was an old VST, but I had the track out since I got the placement, so I'm able to pull this up. This is what that looked like. That's the MIDI for it. And this is actually quantized. So I guess when I made this, I felt better quantizing it just because it was a cool rhythm and I wanted it to be very fixed. The thing about this sound is it's a little bit unpredictable. So It's not very solid. So I wanted something to kind of just layer that was very, very subtle, and that's what this bell is doing. This bell is so subtle, but it's fixed. You know, you could hear it for certain on every single note, compared to this one. This one's doing different things on each note, so both of them together, it just makes more sense. Sounds more complete. So now we got these four. And now it's like, you know, I got my foundation, like I said. Now it's time to just get creative, you know, use chops, use accents, things that could just really add to the production as a whole. And it's funny because this vocal literally sounds like it's following the same chords as my original chords, and it just fits so well. Simple progression. So now, you know, it's crazy how just this alone, you know, just these vocals, it adds a ton to it. And then I know the sound y'all been waiting for, the bend, right? The bend is like, it's such a catchy part as well. Some more vocals. So real quick, I want you guys to focus on the pockets, right? That's something that I'm so big with. So if I was to just mute the bells, because the bells are kind of moving around a lot, just focus on the pockets of like where the vocal plays, where the bend plays, you know, where this one stops. Everything has its own space, and that helps things just become so catchy, you know, is being able to just have it where everything is able to really shine in its own way. Like, you don't want things to be overcrowded. Like, I have so many sounds playing right now, but it makes sense. And then we move to the second part. And so now, you know, bringing in different sounds, the string. And this was Sign Strings, a contact bank. I love that bank. I've always used it for strings. I called this a horn, but this is not a horn. It sounds more like a flute, but I was just kind of in the flow state at the moment, so I didn't really care what I named it. I love the sound. And again, it's the same idea of the call and response, where the string plays, and then we get the flute come in. And then another chop that I found to just kind of, again, keep things interesting. You know, why not? If you can push it another level, why not just experiment, find sounds that can fit, and overall just make the production better? You know, that's my job at the end of the day, is really to just make stuff that is catchy, make stuff that people can remember. And then the flute, by the way, is from Contact as well. And this is Arcus. It's one of my favorite banks on Contact, for sure. And that's the beauty of this sample, is like, no matter what section I play, you know, when you take things out, it can really make other sounds shine even more. That's something that's so important as well with samples, is like your arrangement of it, you know, because at the end, this section right here, the last section, I don't have the main keys playing anymore, like these hard keys. So now it's just like a lot more space. And it just feels way more open, and just, so arrangement itself, do not sleep on that. You know, spend time arranging your work, but that's really it, man. It's very straightforward, and super glad that this landed the way it did.